Hey everybody, I'm here to talk to you about Symmetra, my favorite hero in Overwatch. So if you're watching this video, my guess is that you are wanting to play Symmetra. If you want to play Symmetra, great. She's a really fun hero. Symmetra is one of the most fun heroes in the game for me. If you want to learn anything about Symmetra, I think one of the most important things to learn first would be her cooldowns. Symmetra has 3 turrets. These turrets can be placed pretty much anywhere in the map that you would like. 30 health each. Each turret has a 10-second cooldown. Each turret deals 30 damage a second. Slow you by 15% each. Next is Symmetra's teleporter. It is a very, very useful tool of Symmetra's. When you press E, or your teleporter button, you pull it up. Max range is, I think, 30 meters. The teleporter can get you and any of your teammates to any place it decides, or well, you decide, by pressing your right key. The teleporter will break after 10 seconds of it being active. The teleporter itself has a 12-second cooldown. The teleporter also has 50 health and 150 shield health, meaning it has 200 health total, but 150 of it is regenerative. Symmetra's turrets can actually be replaced without pressing the turret button. Symmetra's teleporter can in fact teleport turrets. This is also known as turret bombing or TP bombing. This is one of the most basic forms of Symmetra combos with her abilities. Symmetra's gun has 100 ammo, and she has a primary and a secondary fire. And her gun's primary fire range is okay. Her primary fire can last quite a while, I'm sure you're noticing. Drain rate on her primary fire is 7 ammo a second. Symmetra's primary fire gains charge, and I like to call these things tiers. As you can see, my beam has gradually grown in size and made different sound effects. I'm now tier 2, and I'm now tier 3. Tier 1 does 60 damage, tier 2 does 120 damage, tier 3 does 180 damage a second. Of course, Symmetra does have to hit things for that beam to charge. You can shoot shields, you can shoot demeching diva, you can shoot players, you can shoot torp turrets, teleporters, bobs, anything with a hit marker Symmetra can gain charge off of. Funnily enough, this does include Zenyatta's ultimate. Symmetra's orbs take 10 ammo to be fully charged, take 1 second to charge, and can be held out for an additional second, but it can be stopped at any time you feel. This means that orbs have a special property about them. The ammo does not equal their damage, and I will show how. I'm going to fire an orb that costs 9 ammo. I now have 91 ammo. You can see it's using 10 each time I charge it, and when you're down to that final ammo, you can still fully charge an orb and it will fully deal its damage. The orbs, they do 45 explosion damage and 45 impact damage, meaning that their total damage is 90. Now that we've learned about Symmetra's basic kit, we're going to talk about her ultimate. Symmetra's ultimate is a very large global shield. Symmetra's ultimate has 2 sides to it. You can choose to change its side to be from horizontal to vertical. It actually places exactly like Baptiste ultimate as well if you're familiar with him. It lasts 12 seconds. And it has 4,000 health. Not many characters are going to break your wall. Bastion is good at breaking it, and Roadhog Ultimate is also good at breaking it. Now that we know a bit more about Symmetra, and we've learned her ultimate, her basic kit, let's talk about strategy. Let's look at one of Symmetra's best maps, Lijiang Tower. Symmetra is very good on control maps because she and Lucio have a very interesting combo together. Out of spawn, Symmetra can place a teleporter, her team can take the teleporter, and Lucio can speed boost. You all will get to point a lot quicker. Let's talk about what happens when we are attacking a point like this. One of the first choices you have is to orb spam, place turrets, or get a TP ready. You can do all of these pretty fast, depending on how good of a Symmetra player you are and how much time you have in the game, but keep in mind that you should place turrets pretty quickly. Because your turrets have 30 health, They deal 30 damage and they have a small slow. Having your turrets too spread out can be a problem. If I have a turret here, turret here, turret here, they're probably not going to hit anybody. Not only that, they get way less value. So a lot of times, what Symmetra players like myself like to do is we like to place turrets here, here. This is not how we always do it. We might place one maybe here. What this does is that when they walk through this door, they have to look here and here. For example, imagine you are playing Genji. You walk through this door, you hear the turrets, you're getting shot at. You shoot at it, you break them. Okay, thank goodness, but you're low on health now. So you grab this health pack, but if that health pack is gone, you have to walk into this room. You walk over here, this turret says hi, but you're not focused on it. You're walking here, but taking damage. Then, uh-oh, you didn't notice a turret in time, and you die. On a very basic level, that's how turreting should work. You should place turrets to do initial damage and the scare, and then one for when they try to retreat. That is basic turret usage. Some more turret usage that Symmetra players like myself like to use is that we like to do TP bombs. I showed you earlier that you can place 3 on the ground, teleport it. Did you know you can speed that up? If you want to send all 3 of your turrets somewhere, you can do this. Place 2 on the ground, place your teleporter, and place the 3rd turret. You can also go through here, shoot orbs at people, laser them a little bit, and hey, guess what? Your turrets will always take teleporter. So if they manage to not break your turrets in time, and you end up getting a lot of kills, you can actually save your cooldowns, and now you essentially have 6 turrets. When you have your turrets, you flanked with your turrets, it's important to realize what's giving you this flank opportunity. Your teleporter. Your teleporter can be a good team move. It's a very tasty, selfish move. If you have a team that's holding a good front line, you're dealing so good damage with your orbs, you can get a flank. Not many characters can go through there unscathed, but Symmetra can. What do? Well, you can turret bomb it, you can fake it, and by faking it, you can just place it and not take it, or you can just take it. But always remember something. Teleporter is a 2-way ability. You can teleport back and forth. Symmetra's teleporter is not a 1-way tool. Have it. If the teleporter is alive, you are safe. Neat little side note. When you are playing Symmetra, and you want to take the teleporter immediately, you can press E, hold F the whole time, left click, and the very moment your teleporter is active, it will teleport you. Symmetra players like myself call this TP buffering. Now let's discuss your gameplay loop. You're playing, and you're taking objectives. Your orbs are your most primary form of damage. Your primary fire is short range, 60 DPS, only if you hit it. It's a lot safer and more reliable to use your orbs. There are exceptions to this. Say you get close to a tank, a shield, something that can give you charge. By all means, charge up your weapon. Tier 3 is very good for Symmetra because then she does the average level of damage that most DPS characters in the game do. Symmetra is a character about hard work. The more you put into her, the more you'll receive. But, because she's a character of hard work, you cannot just expect to go in and do something. You have to think about every action you make, and eventually it becomes second nature. For a lot of players, when they first play Symmetra, it feels like overthinking. To a lot of players, they think of Symmetra as a very one-dimensional hero, where they just place turrets, shoot orbs, get primary fire, walk through people. But really, Symmetra has a lot of micro decisions she has to make. Say your team is being flanked from up there.
Over there.
Say some enemies are up there. What you can do is, you can do a TP, and without taking it, that team is forced to kill that teleporter. Not to mention, when the teleporter is active, you can throw turrets through it. Meaning that if they have to walk out of there, they are forced to fight 3 turrets, teleporter, and a team that is knowing they're up there. Symmetra can take space back with the teleporter, just as much as she can create it. Let's talk about something. Symmetra's ultimate. Symmetra's ultimate is equally good on defense as it is on attack. Frankly, I think it's better on attack, but for the most part, it is equally as good. What I like to do with Symmetra, when I'm in the groove, I use my ultimate on my flanks. And here's how I would.
Aligning sentry position.
That right there is how I use my ultimate to save my turret from one side. So if the enemies are over here, that ultimate blocks those turrets from dying, which makes my turrets a reliable form of damage. I used my ultimate before I teleported, and while I was casting the animation, I teleported. If you do, you will save yourself from unneeded damage, but also because the enemies will be focused on that teleporter and turret bomb that you just caused, and they want to break it quickly. If you shield it, they're wasting even more time on it. You can essentially waste about 12 seconds of an enemy team's time. In the long run, can matter a lot. Symmetra's ultimate is very good on the overtime, so keep this in mind when you are playing Symmetra. And yes, this is a pretty basic guide. These are mostly just tips for Symmetra, but Symmetra has a few good tools that can help you win games. Hope y'all enjoyed this type of video. Never really done educational content before, but I thought I might as well give a little mini guide on how to play Symmetra. If I continue to make videos, I'll put in a few tips here and there, of course, because like I said, every game is different, and it will always call for a different situation, a different choice to be made. But for the most part, what I gave you was some pretty basic information that can help you play Symmetra. Anyway, goodbye YouTube.